Hey, what is up, guys? This is John from 100%mindset.com. I'm here to review an awesome book today. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. It's called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Alright, a lot of people have read this book. I know this already. Like I said in my other review, I preferred Outwitting the Devil. That was my favorite one by him. But anyways, let's jump into this review. Let's jump into this. So the big takeaway from this book is he talks about definiteness of purpose. Have that aim and inch forward relentlessly. Have something in your mind, whatever you're trying to accomplish or the amount of money you're trying to make. Have it set in your mind and have definiteness of purpose and inch towards that goal. Of course, goal setting is important. Rituals are important. Journaling is important. He's a big advocate for, definiteness of purpose and having that goal clear. And as I said, the thoughts transmute into physical realities at some point. And the more on that would be, he advocates, you have to lie to yourself at first. You could call them future truths. But what you have to do is you have to say, I'm already rich, I've already made this money. This money exists in your mind before, it's in the physical form. And ideas and businesses, of course, even your future mate, it all exists in your mind before it's bringing into this physical world. So you have to lie to yourself for years if necessary, to repeat, I'm gonna be rich, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna be a millionaire. This is relentless, just on and on and on. It could be for years. You have to have patience too. And you believe you are already in possession of what you want. There's sayings, that the mind cannot differentiate, if something's a dream or not. For instance, if you're dreaming, if you're in REM sleep and you're dreaming and you think you're falling or you're twitching in bed, it's because your brain cannot differentiate if this is real or if this is a dream. So it plays on that psychology, that you have to believe this so much, your whole physiology it backs this up, okay? It's not strange either. It's a lot of things are accomplished that way. Even when you meditate, when you count your breath, you're taking in massive amounts of oxygen and you're focusing on one point, or you're focusing on your breath. You're quieting the mind. These have all been scientifically proven. This book is along those lines. We must see it before we can physically have it. So. Talks a lot in this book about shutting down fear. Fear is the enemy. You can't have fear. The fear has to be shut down, and that's what a lot of successful people do. They're good at going through the fear and not having the fear cause doubt or what ifs or stop them. They strive on anyways. They'll do something in the face of fear. It's true. A lot of athletes, a lot of high performance people, they shut down fear. So fear is the enemy, fear is a lie. That's what he says in the book. And then he also talks about on that same pages, or along the same lines as regret minimization. You can't. This is. We're in this point of time now. We're not going backwards, that's part of the fear trap. Or self-doubt. We're doing regret minimization. We're going forward. We're seeing that goal. We're seeing it already happen. We're seeing ourselves already in possession of the money or the success. There is regret minimization. And then on that note, I want to say that success and money is 80% mental, guys. It's 80% mental. There's only 20% physical. Everything that you're trying to do is a mental game. It's a huge mental game. That's what this book talks about. Winning the mental game. And in anything, success, money related, it's going to be 80% mental. It's a huge tip, huge eye opener in this book. Something I use today. And he's big on, masterminds. He talks about masterminds in Outwitting the Devil, but in Think and Grow Rich, he's talking about relentless networks and contacts and the mastermind. Okay, so he's basically what the philosophy is that he's planting the seeds. The seeds are being sown, maybe 100, maybe 1,000, maybe 100 a week. He's gonna keep on going. And of course this is going to happen over here. He knows this is going to happen over here because he's not just making 1 or 2 contacts. He's not just putting all his, efforts into this or that. It's hundreds of seeds and hundreds of things and definiteness of purpose and striving to that goal and striving to that amount of money until he physically can hold it. So of course he knows that the phone call is going to come. He knows the contacts that the guys are going to want to buy his product or whatever it may be, because he's already sown the 100 seeds. He's already made the 100 contacts, had the masterminds. He's already networked relentlessly. He's bounced ideas off people in the same space, in the same, they're trying to do the same thing. And he knows it's only a matter of time. He talks about patience in this book. All this will come true, but you have to have patience. You cannot stop. If all the seeds are sown, it's only a matter of time before over here the fruits are coming. He knows they're coming. You have to know in your head, this is all coming. It's only a matter of time. Extreme patience. Now, like I said, desire can be transmuted into its physical equivalent. What we give thought to expands. Wayne Dyer says that. It's the way it is. If you're thinking about a spouse, if you're thinking about a girlfriend, if you think, you're gonna make adjustments to try to make that happen. If you're thinking about money or business, relentlessly, the same idea. You're gonna take action on that. It all starts with a seed of thought. And then there, I just want to read like 10 takeaways that he goes over in the book. It says, believe you're in possession of what you want already. Reinvent yourself. What does that mean? It's like self-development. It's like when you go to a reunion or you go to a party or you talk to someone, they're like, man, you're different. You've changed. Well, that person's constantly growing. They're constantly reinventing themselves. They're self-developing. Maybe they're reading more. Maybe they're taking care of their health, their body. They're reinventing themselves constantly. That's why after like high school or whatever, after a certain amount of years, you plateau and the income never rises because you're not reinventing yourself like you were when you were young, when you're making these huge jumps, because you had to. You had to level up. That's life. So of course he believes in a positive mental attitude, enthusiasm, cosmic habit force. That could be anywhere from like rituals to routines to philosophies. He believes a lot in that there's constant forces and factors that cause A, B, and C. If you're doing them every day, if you're not stopping, if you're not giving up, if you're staying on that track, the law of cosmic habit force, of course, comes to be on your side at some point. Maintenance of sound health, he talks about that in Outwitting the Devil and in Think and Grow Rich, this book. That's your physicality, your physical health. You should be in some kind of workout routine, healthy, clean eating. It's just good for your mind, it's good for your body, it's good for making money and success. It talks about applied faith, and he's not talking about God. I think he's talking more about, this burning desire, this definiteness of purpose has to have applied faith that, that we have this patience that it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. We just have to not give up and not relent. Applied faith. We know it's coming. we are telling ourselves, like I said, that it's already here. We're tricking ourselves to believe that it's already in our bank account. The success is already ours. We're acting as if we're already successful. You know, it's what I said before about you lie to yourself for years if you have to. He calls them future truths. And so back to these takeaways. Pleasing personality and cooperation. You know, that's a must for Think and Grow Rich. You know, you have to have a pleasing personality, and you have to cooperate with other people, because you know, that's the leverage. You cannot really do anything alone. You need to leverage systems and people and mindsets into, you know, turning your goals into reality. Of course, I told you about the mastermind. He does this with his wife. He does this with like-minded people. The mastermind is huge. Controlled attention. Of course, you know that you have to have a controlled attention on your goal, on your dream, on the amount of money you want to make, or sometimes long periods of time. Controlled attention, accurate thinking. You know, you can't delude yourself. You can't play games. You have to have accurate thinking. You know, you must break down the goal into parts, break down the money, sometimes into pieces, into reverse engineer it. You make something big seem small with 4 steps or 3 steps or 2 steps. And he talks about self-discipline, of course. You know, you can't do anything, guys, without self-discipline. Major factor in success, major factor in earning more money, self-discipline, self-development, growing yourself, growing your skill set, becoming more so you can ultimately make more and have more. Listen, guys, I want to say, if you're with me this far, please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, comment on this video. Tell me what your takeaways were from Think and Grow Rich.